Hi there, my name is Ashley Term, and this is my presentation for the Early Adolescent and Adolescent Psychology class on the professional disposition of learners. I have some questions here that I have been asked that I would love to answer for you, and so I'm going to get right into it so I can have as much time to share with you as possible. So some of the questions that I was asked are, what dispositions that I possess that will make me a successful teacher? And when I reflected on this, I found that respect for the diversity of others is something I'm incredibly passionate about. I have traveled all over the world and I have experienced cultures all over the world, and I find diversity incredible and essential and crucial. So this is something I'm bringing into the classroom and I'm excited about it. Compassion, this is something that's natural for me. I'm very curious. I think that it's really important as a history teacher, which is what my subject is, to be curious about the things that you're learning, asking lots of questions. I think it's just essential for the classroom. Dedication, I think that I am very dedicated to this as a career. It's something that I am pursuing in my 30s as a mother. I am very dedicated to being as, as good at this as I can be. So some dispositions that I know I need to work on before my first year of teaching. The two that really stuck out to me were reflection, learning how to set aside that time to reflect on my classroom, on how things are going, asking for feedback. All of these things are going to be important for me, and I know that I need to get better at this. Honesty, learning where the boundary is when it comes to honesty. I'm a very open person, so this is something I think I'm going to have to learn how to set those professional boundaries and not be too open in the classroom setting. Some attributes that I think professional educators should have and how they should behave in the classroom. I think that an educator should be clear and set in their boundaries. Like I said before, like you should be professional in how you are communicating with other teachers, with your students, with their parents, making sure that those lines are not crossed. I think that you should be passionate. You should have patience above all when it comes to your students in the classroom, especially adolescents. I think it's going to be essential, foundational for me as teacher. I think that being open-minded and ready to have conversations is going to be so important, and something that all teachers should be ready, moldable, ready to have those conversations, ready to lead a conversation, ready to take children, kids, adolescents, whatever you want to call them, into a new area that maybe they haven't explored yet. For me, my guide as a Christian is Jesus, the Bible. These are things that are important to me and they steer my life. But I think that in general, just having that moral foundation of being there and being kind and empathetic to our students is crucial and important. I think that the dispositions of learning can definitely have a positive and a negative effect if you hold on to them too tightly. If we are just trying to rigidly sit in these standards instead of being flexible in how we approach our students, this can have a negative effect in the classroom. That I think that if you are using these in the way that they should, that it creates a great classroom setting. And so just being mindful of that as you move into that setting. For me, I know that I will be upholding these expectations in my profession by taking time to be on top of what the code of ethics is in the classroom. What are the relevant laws and what are the relevant policies? What are the professional standards of practice? Making sure that I am constantly keeping on top of these things, that I am making sure that I know and understand all of the relevant information as it changes, as it shapes itself going forward into the classroom and through my career. For me personally, promoting moral and character development in the classroom is going to be such a foundational piece for me. I think that this is a time in an adolescent's life that is so important, and we are such an important part of their development. And so for me, I know that I'll be incorporating lots of role play, lots of conversations about moral dilemmas, making sure that I am modeling ethical practices myself, encouraging an atmosphere of equality and empathy, and then challenging my students to change their perspective, to flip-flop into different areas and to ask themselves the hard questions so that they can step outside of their current situation, their current life, and reflect on what other people are experiencing. I think that especially as a history teacher, this is going to be such a huge part of my curriculum and my teaching foundation, is teaching children, kids, adolescents, how to experience something outside of themselves, to walk away having experienced empathy, learning how to look at our neighbor and love them where they are or understand them deeper. These are some things that I have, in the reflection of the dispositions of learners. I find that I am very passionate about these things, and I'm really excited to take these into the classroom, and I appreciate the foundation of them as a future educator. And so I hope that this presentation shared that with you. Thank you so much.